Warning, this program contains strong language and content that might require actual thought and critical thinking. Viewer discretion is advised. It's that time. Time to kick off your shoes, time to get grounded and reclaim your magic, and time to fly. We are the Barefoot Bangarang Tribe, and this is Tarot with an Attitude, featuring the Bangarang man himself, the Reverend Rob Lee. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tarot with an Attitude. I am your host, the Reverend Rob Lee. It's been a while. Let's say it together. Bangarang, I've missed it. Sorry, I've been out of pocket, taking care of business, getting some things happening and going, but we are back. We are here. We are there. And you know what? I'm going to be doing this. This is my first release, doing the recording, but I've got something special for you and for everybody that views in this today. So take a look at this and see what's going on. And then we will get started right back this week, some of the evenings, and next week, some of the mornings and evenings, and we will be back. So make sure you are hitting that like button and subscribe. Sorry, I've been gone for a while, but we are back. So I want to take a look at something. And one of the questions that I wanted to start out with here that people have been asking, and it's a common question, is what do I need to know about what's happening right now? Right now, what do I need to know about what's happening right now? What do I need to know about making a decision? What do I need to know about what's going on? Things like that. What comes to mind for you, or where are you at, wherever that question comes into fruition? So I'm going to ask you, we're going to do this a little different, something a little different. So I'm going to bring this in right now, bring this up, do a little switcheroo here. You notice I have 4 decks. There are 4 decks here. There is a complete different deck under each one of these oracle cards. This is deck 1. This is deck 2. This is deck 3. And this is deck 4. What I want you to do is take a moment and pray with me and say, our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, we're looking for answers, and thank you for everything that you've given us. Thank you for the Divine Mother. Thank you for universe, for energies, for power, for those things that you have given us that we take for granted. We say thank you. Now I'm talking to the angels, to my guides, everything that you've given us. Please come in and have us understand any message that you may have. So mote it be. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a moment and just breathe and pick 1, 2, 3, 4. One of those that resonates with you. There is a different tarot deck under each one of these, but there is also an oracle card on the top of each one, and that will be where we go. So this is something new. Now, no, you don't have to watch the whole video to see the one you pick. Down below, I'm getting things segmented into chapters. So whichever one you want, pick that chapter in the description, and the video will start right there. So take a moment, work with me, see what's happening, okay? And now, make your decision. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What is resonating with you? Which deck is resonating with you? Pick one right now. Take a moment. All right, you've picked a deck. Now, what you're going to do to get started is go right down into the description and click that section for that deck. So let's get started. Bangarang! Hello, everybody. Okay, this is for deck one, the reading we talked about and what I need to know about what's going on right now in this deck. And what we're seeing here is talking very much about a relationship. This relationship could be with someone you love, someone you're partnering with, things like that. But it also could be a work relationship or something like that. But this is definitely talking about a relationship. So let's get right over to it. And let me show you exactly what's going on and what I see here. The cards came up. I'm using the Phantom tarot deck. I'll put that out for people to see it. Okay. For this deck. Now, what I'm seeing here is a relationship. There's something that is either starting out with a lot of hope, or it did start out with a lot of hope. And it was a partnership, and there was some trust, and there was a lot of things that went into this relationship or are going into this relationship where you're putting your faith in somebody. Unfortunately, you have been hurt. You have been or will be hurt. What I'm seeing here, and it's going to be it's going to take a lot of courage and everything to step up and see beyond that hurt and find out what's going on. What I'm seeing here now is you are either making the decision about moving on into something new, or that's going to be what's going to happen. And that's okay. It's time to take a look at what's been going on, things like that. I see contemplation. So either you're in that contemplation stage now and you're trying to figure out where to go or what to do, whether to stay, whether to go, or things like that. And you know what? I see this a lot when I'm dealing with people on many different avenues. And what I'm looking at here in this four, we think about it, we think about it, we think about it. And as we give it a little time, we start to only remember the good. And what I see here is I want you to understand, don't hate the messenger, okay? But you also have to remember the conflict, okay? What happened? What's going to happen? What's going to be there that changes, because you'll be looking for this over and over and over. So what I'm looking at right now is the card that came with this, believe it or not, was Mouse Spirit. And you see it says tend to the small things. Remember the details. Look at the details. Listen to your heart. See where you're going. As you're stepping into this, if there are these little flags that are going off, you need to be aware of them. Whatever this is, it's time to move on. It's time to use caution. This could be a painful relationship. All right. And it's okay to move away from it and move on, even if they said they're sorry. And it's time. Sometimes it's just too much too late. And that's what we have here. Bangarang. Okay, so for those of you that chose deck number two, what we have here is more of what I'm seeing is going on around maybe finances, actual physical things around the home or in your life. That's what these cards are going to be talking about. So let's jump into this and take a look at what's going on with deck number two, about what's happening in what do you need to know right now to help you with some situation that is either going on or it's coming up. Let's take a look. I'm going to bring this up right now, swap this around, and here we go. Now for this deck, I am using the Lightseers deck by Chris Ann. There you go, so those people can see it. And if you want to know what deck it was, there you have it. All right, I'm setting that aside. Okay, let's take a good look at what's happening here. First, we have the Four of Wands. It's like everything is starting out, did start out, party. Life is good. Things are happy. Things are going. Money was not important. Something about this is telling me, because we have the Knight of Pentacles that came in, and all of a sudden the surge for either physical things or whatnot became very important. But we actually have the Knight here that's starting to focus on what's going on. Now, could this be material things in your life? Could it actually be money? Is this a possibility that there is a partnership where we have two differences looking at different things as far as money? This could be business or whatnot, or it's just yourself. And now where we're at, what I'm seeing is worry. Okay, something's going on where we're worrying about the future. The things are happening, things are going, and don't let this worry eat you up. Worry comes in when and anxiety. This is my anxiety card. When we look at it from that aspect and we're losing sleep over it, and at night you can't, sometimes it's time to step back, take a break, and let's look. You don't have to take an action right away. And this is going to be important for you to understand. And whatever this is you're working on, or however this fits in your physical life, but you don't have to take that action right away. It is time to stop. The 7 is all about assessing. The 7 of Pentacles, particularly, what's been planted, what's been done, what do we plant, where do we go? I want you to take a moment to say, okay, maybe fast is the quick way. I got to turn a buck, so I got to do this. We might be tempted. Stop. What you plant is what you grow. Bangarang. What you put out is what you get back. It is time to separate yourself from other people. Get on the mountaintops and get the emotion out of it and start looking at things for yourself logically. Look at how these things are going. Notice we have the cups here. She's still emotional, but she's keeping those locked away and starting to come up with an actual plan. Our Queen of Swords here is saying, it's time to get logical. What do we need to do? And literally come up with a plan. She's very, very able to come up with a plan and stick to it. But the other portion about this is pure communication. If it is with somebody in here, communicating with yourself, communicating with somebody else, it doesn't matter. Diplomacy, but sometimes diplomacy requires being direct. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the other people that are in this, that we have to take a look at this, and we're going to have to set up a plan. What I'm seeing here is a budget. There's an idea someone's got about making money super fast, but it's very risky. It's also not ethical. I want you to take a look, whatever this is. When you make this decision, don't be tempted to take shortcuts. The 7 of Swords, you will either rob yourself, cut somebody else short, things like that. But it's just time to get hold of this situation and come up with a plan and stick to that plan. This is what's going to happen as this thing unfolds for you. Being logical, setting down, doing a roadmap, it's going to be huge to get you through this. You're not all done. There's plenty of path and plenty of things to go off. Now, when I looked here, okay, your oracle card is actually Frog Spirit. Clear out the clutter. What we're looking at here is taking time. Okay, there are times frogs are all together, but as they grow and as they move, they separate. Okay, and they actually make a place for themselves. That's what our frog spirit is saying here. Clear all the clutter out. Get all the other people. Get everything screaming in your head. What's going on? What's needy? What's not? All right. You know, this reminds me about like a tiny house episode. When you start looking at, I've got to fix this, I've got to pare down, what is actually mandatory in your life that needs to be focused on? That's what Frog Spirit is here to say. Frog, water, emotions, things like that. But he comes out of the water to look at his surroundings. If you'll do this, get control, take a look, keep your diplomacy and communication with yourself and with other people. Sometimes you need to say no. It's no to, I want to buy this. No, I'm not going. Okay? It's okay. Don't steal from yourself. Don't fall into a pit because you're not being true to what you know to be. Clear your clutter, get everything out, get back to basics, and you'll be able to see how to handle this whole thing that's either coming at you right now or coming up very shortly. Bangarang! Hi, for those of you that picked deck 3, what I'm seeing here is a thing revolving around relationships and work, particularly home life and work, and letting work get a little too you're too focused on work that we forget to look at the big picture. Let's take a look at the cards and see what they have to say, and see what God had to say, and the Father, and in this message, and see what's coming up. The cards don't speak, but Spirit does. And that's one of the things. So let's talk about this. Number 3, first off, the deck I'm using here for those number 3, Archangel Power Tarot cards. Make sure that you've got them or look at them so you know them. And each one of these will have something written on the bottom. Well, all the time, I don't always go to those cards, to those what's written on the bottom. You will see it, but that way you know what deck I'm using. If you want to look it up, you want to purchase it, or ask questions to someone later. All right, let's get to it. What we've got here right out of the gate is either you have gone through a change or change is coming, and this is a warning. Nothing stays the same. The wheel moves around. And you know what? You may have an opportunity for the better. That would be good. Take a look at it, but it's going to require understanding and knowing and learning some things about physical things in your workplace, or whatever this change is bringing. You're going to have to learn some new routines and things like that. The important thing here is what I'm seeing is it's going to be very important too, is always about partnerships, duality, other things. Remember, okay, you have to keep things fun. It's juggling, it's doing some things. A lot of people look at this and go, oh, I'm just going to be juggling 2 jobs, things like that. And don't have to. Take a look at this and remember that there is probably someone next to you that needs you present, that needs you here, and is very committed to you. Don't become so committed to money and to the job that we lose sight of who this person is, because this person is riding along with you. This I can look at and see as the other person with true love, with true understanding, commitment. They want to go with you. But I can also see this as a warning to you to be careful about becoming fanatical about doing some things and getting where it's all about the job, all about the money, and we lose sight of the big picture. The King of Gabrielle is here to let us know we have to remain in control. We have to, with our passions and desires, we can't get solely focused on one thing. So this is one of those things where it's going to be very important to you and someone you care about that you work this balance very carefully. And ironically, what I have here is otter spirit. And this is one of the things. Notice these 2 otters, and they're forming the shape of a heart. And what it is, you are never alone. This isn't, whatever decisions you make, it's not always all about you. It's how these decisions affect other people in your life. And I want you to see that, because what have you got? Otters are a knit community. They have families. They do one of the, male otter, female otter, they come together and they have a family, and they live and they work and they correspond together. When one goes through the problem, the other is there to help. So what I'm saying here is I want you to be careful and remember that the job and money may not be the sole importance. And sometimes we have to keep that in perspective. And that's what that King of Gabrielle is telling us, is you have to be in control of what's going on in your outside world, and to remember to take a look at your whole picture, not just a narrowed down picture. Keep that in mind, and as whatever's coming is coming, as what you're going through is going through. This is important. There's somebody that this is affecting other than you, and you need to remember them, because I feel like they are important to you, whoever this may be. Children, could be a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, parents, could be whatever. You do need to remember you are not in this alone, okay? It's not always all about you, all right? Bangarang! For those of you that picked deck 4, what I am looking at here is about staying focused. We're going to get right into this, because this has to do with fulfilling a dream or something you're wanting to do. And this is about staying focused and overcoming. Let's get right into it, and let's talk about what's going to happen here. All right, let me swap some stuff around here. First, one of the things I've been doing, the Lost Tarot. This is the deck that you have chosen and that the cards were pulled from, the Lost Tarot. So if you want to check this deck out, I love this deck. The artwork is phenomenal and you will enjoy it. Just check it out, see what's going on. But let's see what's going on there and find out what's happening. So we have the Lost Tarot. And I asked God, I asked higher power, I asked spirit. I said, what do these people need to know that picked deck 4 about something that's going on or something that's fixing to happen? What do they need to know right now? And wow, the first thing we got is the 9 of coins. So I see a dream that you can make happen. I see working on something tangible, manifesting it, bringing to life. The 5 of cups, failure and hurt your heart, that some things have gone wrong or whatnot, and we're sitting there looking at things, what we lost, and not realizing what we have. That it's going to take strength to put our big boy pants on, our big girl pants on, and stand the hell up and move forward. The Chariot, focus, focus, focus. Keep moving forward. If you're dealing with other people, be specific, know what you want, and be very clear when you communicate. But keep your eye on the prize. This is going to be so important to achieve this dream because, as we're going to see, it's achievable. You just have to take the right action to do it. One of those actions is to understand sometimes we need some advice and we need some help. Yes, you do have the power, you do have experience, but sometimes we need to talk to other people and realize there can be somebody there who can help set us on the right path. And when we have that, the Knight of Swords is here to talk about logic, communication, understanding this whole frontal part of your brain and getting things together. The knights are moving, they don't sit. They don't wait. They've been given an order by their king, who we're going to talk about here in a second, and they move on it. But they stay focused. They don't get sidetracked. The true knights that we read of, they find out what they need to do. They're given a mission. They go and they complete it. Let this knight, there's a knight in your future, whether it be you or somebody else, let them help you. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Then you need to become laser focused and continue to move on. The King of Wands is here, fire, to let you know. Use your experience. Use all the information that others can give you, but you can achieve this dream that you had started out with. You need to know you can be the king. You take control. All kings meet failure, but they get up and they move. I'll give you a good one. Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, years ago came up with a video phone and a multi-marketing plan. All right. The only problem was it was a great idea. It was a great product. Roughly 3 months later, Skype emerged and everybody could do all this for free. Did he quit? Did he leave it alone? Did he go? He went on to become the president of the United States. You can fulfill this just because you've been into some blockages, you've lost some things along the way, you've made some mistakes. Get up, stay focused, keep moving on. What would you tell your kids? Get back on the horse, okay? It's one of those things. Get back on the horse. Admit you need some advice. Do some research. Get some help. People are there. Once you know it, be clear about what you want to do and make conscious decisions and communications toward that, and you will be able to achieve this goal. So what we're talking about, ironically, is setting a good foundation within yourself of being forward, of being strong, of moving and not taking no for an answer. And ironically, what do we have here for your oracle card? Beaver spirit. Lay a solid foundation. Think of the beaver. They don't quit. If they do, they die. Don't let your dream die, okay? Be the beaver. Keep working. One twig, one tree at a time. And they build dams so efficiently, they literally block up whole rivers where people have to blow them up to get them out of the way. Be that beaver. Understand, okay, it's going to be hard. It's going to be cold. Going to get hungry, but I'm going to keep moving on. Oops, I made a mistake. Something happened. Water came through, washed my dam away. Well, you know what? I got to find out and I got to know what's going on. Beavers work together, okay, as a family unit. So I want you to understand fortitude is going to be key for you, and whatever this is, you need to know now. It's okay to mourn what was lost, but you got to have the courage to get up and move forward, ask for help, be focused, and you can be the king. You can make that dream come true. Bangarang! Wow, I hope you had as much fun with that as I did. That was really enjoyable. I like that new format. I'd love your feedback, www.tarotwithanattitude.com. Go there, shoot me a message. Tell me what you thought about it. Give me some feedback about your reading or what card you chose. And I'd love to see you there. Also, you can book a session, tarotwithanattitude.com. I want to see you there. Folks, make sure you're clicking the like button, click the subscribe button, and make sure most of all, you're sharing this link. Thank you very much. Take what you want, leave what you don't, but leave with some peace, love, and light. Bangarang!